Hello, my name is Regina Da Silva, and I'm a senior graduating in a few weeks. I chose to come to UNCG for multiple reasons. One being its international program. UNCG is considered as a Princeton in a third world country or in our international countries that come here for a study abroad program. At first, I wanted to become a UN interpreter, thinking that, hey, I can help change the world in a sense by my translations. But I thought that wasn't good enough. I felt like I could do something greater, something bigger altogether. So I decided to major in communication studies and still keep, a way of communicating with people from different cultures, different ethnicities, but more so people in general. But then I was like, hey, let's go a little bit further in and double major in international and global studies with a concentration in human rights. Human rights is something that I hold really dear to my heart and something I really fight hard for. So I felt like the two majors meshed really well as far as me completing my new dream of one day becoming a UN ambassador. So I felt like I was in the right direction as far as those two majors. Then I thought, why not, take advantage of the full opportunity and go ahead and minor in Spanish. Given Spanish is such a commonly known language in the work field and the workforce, I felt like having it under my belt would set me up even greater for greater accomplishments. But then I gained a greater interest in African American studies, and I thought, hey, why not? I'm going to college for 4 years. I might as well take advantage of the whole experience. So, with that being said, I am a double major and double minor and finishing on time with the 4 years. So, I think that alone is a great accomplishment in itself. But let's rewind back to how it all started. Coming to UCG my freshman year, I call myself a Spartan newborn. I was immersing myself into an environment that I was very unfamiliar with. Coming into a hall of 20 different females, 20 different personalities, 20 different lifestyles was really hard on me. I was really homesick at first. Coming into college and a relationship was even harder, but also adapting and readjusting to the new lifestyle. I became depressed in a sense in the beginning and not knowing who I was, not knowing where I fit in, not knowing where I was going to go with the next 4 years. But it was until my CRL, Pierre Campbell, introduced me to SGA. I was able to immerse myself as an SGA freshman senator, and from there, life took on. Living in Philip Hawkins, I was part of the Mosaic Living Learning Community. With my hallmates and with my group, we were able to fight for social injustice. We were able to help with the voter registration. We even raised money for Super Sandy. And that alone kind of showed our impact that we could have on our campus and just gave us a preview of what we had the potential of being or becoming. Moving on to my sophomore year, I call it my toddler years, the childhood years where I learned to readapt, made new friends. I gained my best friends, your hallmates that you do everything with, go to CAF with, go to different events with CAB. But these people became my first friends at UCG. They were the ones that helped push me and support me in the things I wanted to take on. So from there, SGA, I went to sophomore senator. And that was a great accomplishment in itself, learning to continue on with the organization despite the hardships and despite the different personalities, despite the growth that comes with it. And I really think I grew so much at SGA, but it was my chance of giving back to the university. This school is giving me my education, and although I don't have the monetary means to give back monetarily, I feel like my time and efforts would be a way to repay the university back. So moving on to my junior year, I was able to expand my horizon just a little bit. At this point, I had already joined 5 to 6 organizations, and that alone I take pride in because I was actively involved in these organizations. I wasn't just involved for another resume booster, but I was able to learn different leadership skills. I was able to be a follower at first and then form into the leader that I am today. So I'm really grateful for those opportunities, but more so for my philanthropy that I was able to start. My junior year, I felt like I needed to do something great at UNCG. I wanted to leave an impact coming into campus, so I felt like this would be a great opportunity to do so. I'm a missionary's child, so both my parents are missionary pastors in Africa, and my mom contracted malaria twice. And within that time, she kind of explained to me that doctors didn't have the proper means to distribute medicine. So I had to think of a way that we can help combat this problem as college students. So I thought collecting empty medicine bottles, something so simple that we have an ample amount of access to, but people in third world country don't have these opportunities or these resources. So as college students, our grandparents are taking medicine, our family, our mothers, even ourselves could be on prescription medicine. So why not donate those medicine bottles that we're going to throw away anyways and help combat a third world country? global issue. So this philanthropy became my baby. It became something that had the potential of being only 500 medicine bottles and expanding to over 6,000. But what made this project even more special to me was the effect it had on different people. I didn't expect that big of amount of medicine bottles, but it does cost a lot to ship medicine off internationally. So I didn't have the means to send off the bottles. So I'm like, hey, I have all these medicine bottles, no money to send it off to, but I'm really thankful that I was able to make an impact on the students at UNCG. And they came together and surprised me with a huge cookout that fundraised for all the money to ship off the medicine bottles. And that let me know that my work wasn't in void, that what I did really did have an effect on the different people, but also show everybody that it was our project, not necessarily just mine because I started it. And my one dream coming to UCG was to leave a legacy behind, and I feel like I was able to do that with this philanthropy. Moving on to my senior year, my adult year, I would call this my most accomplished year. I was able to run for homecoming queen. Being on that court was phenomenal. I was able to help combat my worst fear of public speaking. I know it doesn't make sense. You're a communication studies major and you don't like public speaking. I speak too fast, as you can probably tell, but it was also something that I got really nervous, and my nerves got the best of me, and I don't really do well when it comes to speaking publicly. But this year I was able to not only give a speech at homecoming, I did a little queen talk. I'm really big on TED Talks, so this is my opportunity to help prove myself, not only to everybody else, but to myself. And I was able to even speak at the African Student Union's African Night and present my philanthropy as the educational sector of the program. Speaking to over 100 people, that was another big fear in itself, but I did it, and I was really proud of myself. And it wasn't until these accomplishments came forward that I realized how much my major has impacted my life. I was able to take so much from the communication studies department, to my teammates, my classmates, the input, the critiques, everything helped form me into the person I am today. So my mom always said that in order for gold to shine, it must go through fire. And I can't say I've gone through the wrath and the fire of UNCG. I became an accomplished student. I became a polished woman, and I became a great student leader. And I'm so thankful for it all. And all I can say is I hope that I left a legacy behind, and knowing that I planted seeds around our campus. And even though I won't be here to watch it grow or water it or shed a light on it, I know I left it here. And hopefully one day I can see a fruit come from it all. But in the meantime, my name is Regina Silva, and I thank you for your time and your efforts and your teaching as a communication studies department.